Hey guys, I'm super excited. So it's been 4 weeks of the mastery program, and after 4 weeks, these are some of the things that I've created. So I've had a ton of fun in the program so far, and I really have been enjoying it. I've learned so much, it's insane. The amount of information I've taken in it's a lot. The program so far has been so worth it. I'm so happy that I decided to take the mastery program. I love it so far, and I'm super excited to continue. Let me show you some of the paintings up close and walk you through what I've done so far. So I decided to do the same painting that I did before the program so that I can kind of compare side by side exactly how much better I've gotten so far. This is the same owl that I showed you guys last time. So as you can see, it's quite a bit better, a lot more realistic. So just so you can see the first painting side by side with the new one. So this is what I painted before the program, and this is what I painted in the beginning of the program after learning the first section of content. So I think anybody can do it, really. If you see this right here, I mean, this is pretty awful. Anybody can truly paint this, but not, and I used to think that you had to have some sort of secret talent or God-given talent in order to be able to paint this. But after only a week of information, I learned how to paint this, so I'm mind blown. Okay, so now I decided to put on a microphone so you guys could hear me a little bit better. And now I want to show you guys or walk you through a little bit of what the program has been like and what I've been learning. This painting right here is the painting from the second week. It's unfinished. This is just a landscape. We did this kind of in the opposite way. So instead of painting dark to light, we did light to dark, or we started with the vibrant colors and this limited palette. You do the vibrant opaques, then we did transparents, and then we came in with opaques again, and then we finished it off with highlights and details and such. And then this guy right here, hopefully you can recognize him. This is Morgan Freeman. There were a few mistakes with this painting. I made the face a little bit too long. His nose is slightly too long. But other than that, I'm really happy with this painting. It's my very first portrait that I ever did. This is the 3rd week of class. Someone's actually interested in buying this right now, so I'm really excited about that. Hopefully I sell another painting from my first 3 paintings that I did. That'd be really cool. This is my week 4, thin to thick. That's the name of the style that we did, is thin to thick. I chose to do some tigers. We got more freedom with this painting, and so I could do an abstract background, and I'm super excited to learn more about abstracts. We haven't gotten there yet, but I kind of wanted to just like get free. We did some mark making, as you can see up here. This is a landscape or a cityscape. One of the things that kind of stood out to me, well, like I was like in the middle of painting and I was like, Ellie, I'm bored. Like, this is boring. I don't like painting cities. And she's like, you're bored because you're being boring. Don't be boring with your brush strokes. You're trying to go in there and do the tiny little details, and that's not who you are. Don't go in there and try to do the tiny details. So then I kind of started to add some more purples and stuff into there, and I interpreted the city a little bit more, and so that made it more interesting. So this painting is an alla prima painting, and so that means it was painted all in one take, and it's from a live model. It's way harder to do this, honestly, but I'm pretty happy about this. I even added a little AirPod in there just for funsies. I think this is my best alla prima that I did so far. And then this is Dalia Milan here. This is an alla prima figure, so it's the same type of painting. We did it all in one take. We just had 2 hours to paint this and the last one. But this one, I think I could have done better, but I think it's all right from life and, you know, doing it in such a limited amount of time. I kind of have learned that I'm a little bit better at portraits, I think, than like other things. So I also like the idea of painting something close up. So I don't know, we'll see how if that plays into my future paintings.
And so during the mastery program, we're not just learning oil all by itself at once, we're also learning drawing too at the same time. So you're getting a really cohesive experience learning how to draw and how to paint at the same time, and how to incorporate them into each other, actually. So it's really cool. This is, let's see, this is one of the this is the first alla prima drawing that I did. This is some flowers with a globe right there. So what I learned in this one was really important, is to really focus on the focal point. I was getting kind of frustrated with this one in the beginning. I was like, how am I gonna draw all these dang flowers? That's so difficult. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on the one flower and then make it really good. And then after that, if I have time, I'll work on the other stuff. And I'm pretty happy about this. It took me about 2 hours or so to do this, maybe an hour and a half on this drawing, and it's of charcoal. So this drawing here, as you can see, it's the same as the tiger over there. This is when we first started getting into mark making. So, you know, all these lines right here, kind of abstract circle, some water on top of the graphite marker will make it cool. But yeah, I started drawing it. I kind of used the same thing. I drew all the attention to the face of the tiger because I didn't have enough time to finish that. I did this in 2 hours, I believe. Yeah, so what I learned from this was it's really important to be free and to have fun while you're doing it. So, you know, drawing these lines, I kind of just like let emotion out, and like it's not like, it was just like a bunch of energy being released as I'm like drawing these intense marks and really getting into it. And I had a bunch of fun with this one because it was a little bit more expressive. So this drawing I did, this is my first, well, not my first figure drawing, but this is the first figure drawing that I spent time on. This drawing we had 2 hours to do, and so I got more time to spend on the details, and I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's pretty realistic. I'm supposed to learn how to measure, or how to capture the weight of him and his posture so that you can kind of feel how he's feeling. So I am so excited with everything that I've learned so far. I feel like it's been an incredible experience, and it's truly life-changing how much I can learn and how much you can learn in just 1 month of content. It's insane. From here on out, I'm gonna be filming more during the process. And so with that, we got a GoPro, and I'm going to be using this GoPro more and more in class so that you guys can follow along in the class and see what it's like to be learning in there and see the process itself. So I'm super excited that you guys are all watching this, and I'm really grateful that I'm getting to take this program and that I can share it with all of you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. It's the start of week 5. We're about to do small scale realism. We'll see how it goes. Super excited.
The goal is to be as realistic as possible, and you want to start by really like putting your middle grays and using your lighter pencils, and then smudging them with the smudge tool.
I finished my small scale realism, and this is what it looks like. Added some marks just for funsies. So we finished our first layer of small scale realism painting today, and I'm pretty excited. I think my painting's pretty good. I don't know, it could use some more work, but I don't want to overwork it today because I feel like it's a bigger issue if you overwork than underwork sometimes. So, because I can always add more tomorrow and make up for some things. So this is the source right here, and this is what I have so far. It's just the underpainting. So that means it's all transparent oils, no opaques yet. I did subtractive method. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to capture the ice, but I think it's all right. It is day 22. It is a nice rainy morning here at the Milan Art Institute, and we're ready to learn. I think today we're gonna do some abstract drawing, if I heard correctly. I'm super excited.
You guys are doing abstracts today.
This is layer 2 of my small scale realism painting. Here is my first abstract. Overall, it was a pretty productive day. So today we are doing a water-soluble graphite figure. I'm super excited. I like drawing figures. It's pretty cool. And we get to be a little bit loose and fun with it. So this is what Professor Miranda is doing with hers. Dr. Professor.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool. You can see like drippy stuff. It's fun, abstract-y.
Okay, so this is, the reason I'm having Jake read this is because whenever I read this poem, every time I've read it probably 40 times out loud in my life, I cry, so I don't want to cry today. So Jake, you can read it.
Okay. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.
Don't you love that? I love that poem. I love it. I love it. Or prose or whatever it is. Theodore Roosevelt. So to me that addresses the fear of failure fully. Because, you know, the truth is you will fail. I have failed my way to wherever I am. To whatever point of success I'm at in my life, I have completely failed my way here. You cannot do anything worthwhile without failure, even epic failure, even public failure. I've had public failure. You will fail. Failure is inevitable, right? But that is what makes you who you are. That is how you learn everything. That is how you appreciate your success.
What's up, Milan Art Institute community? Today we are just catching up on some drawings that we didn't finish. That's what we're doing in drawing today. So for me, I'm working on this Einstein guy. Then I'm also working on this dancer lady. So I'm gonna use some graphite or water-soluble graphite on her. And then this guy, I'm doing all white charcoal to fill him in. So it's it flips your mind. Instead of drawing in the darks, you're just focusing on the highlights and trying to leave the darks. So it's totally different from any way that we've been drawing so far. And then later on, I will be working on finishing up this guy and trying to get him to be a little bit more impressionistic. Okay, so I finished my drawings today. Voila. This is my dancer with graphite or water-soluble graphite and graphite. And this is my black and white charcoal, or white on black with white charcoal Einstein. Well, today was an emotional day here at the Milan Art Institute. I myself cried, and I was not alone. There were at least 7 other people who cried today. That's because we were in voice and we were talking about some really heavy, deep stuff. I'm talking about what our superpower is, and I think it's super important for every person to identify what their superpower is, because that's how you're gonna change the world. So that aside, this is the final product for my painting that I was doing. Hey Ellie, what's the name of this painting called again?
Like mark making.
Oh, mark making. So this is my mark making painting. I specifically did pointillism because I chose the source with, you know, a snake. So had a bunch of scales on it. But yeah, don't be afraid to get emotional, guys. Cool. What up, everyone? It is week 6 here at the Milan Art Institute Mastery Program. Today we did white on white, alla prima. So we had a white source, generally white, and we used a white canvas, and then we stained it. So I stained mine this yellow color. I didn't get to finish it because we did this in about 2.5 hours. Or actually for me, I did it in 2 hours. And then we did hands today. We drew our hands foreshortened. So I tried to draw it like this. So I had it on here like this, and I kept moving my finger as like I was drawing. And so I ended up just like drawing in the finger down here where like it had moved. And then I just was like, screw it. So I kind of just added, or I like made it all weird and abstract and added a 7th finger. And then, so it has 7 fingers, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I drew a little fun abstract hand up there. What's up, everyone? It is day 28 here at the Milan Art Institute. We are gonna be learning some foreshortening today, and let's see. We're starting our self-portrait, so yeah, it's gonna be pretty sick. What's up, Luke? How's it going this morning?
Fine, how are you?
Yeah.
Alright, so today you guys are still doing foreshortening, but today it's actually a little bit more fun. What we're doing is we're doing idea boards. I don't know if you guys have done idea boards yet, but they're...
What up, guys? It is day 3 of week 6. Today we did self-portraits. And so this is the picture that I decided to paint, and this is the first layer of my painting so far. I'm late to class, and it's the first time I'm late. I feel really bad, but it's okay. It's another great day here at Milan Art Institute.
And everything's super sketchy because, like, this is also how you shade. Like, you're gonna shade, you shade like this, right? And stuff. But you want to start off with just sketching. You're not gonna have it.
What's up, everyone? Yesterday was a rough day in the drawing department. What we did was we drew a self-portrait from a mirror. So it was very difficult because, you know, drawing from life is already hard enough. But drawing from a mirror is even harder because you have to like kind of like keep the same positioning every time you look. Like you're drawing and then you gotta look in the mirror, and then you're drawing and then you gotta look in the mirror, and then you're like trying to draw a little bit while you're looking in the mirror, and it's just really hard. So this is like my worst drawing ever. Here it is. It's really bad. It doesn't look anything like me. I mean, right here, Ellie came in, she saw that it was not going well, and she, you know, showed me how I could fix all of it. And I didn't get to fixing it because this is the end of oil and drawing. So this was my last drawing today. And then this is the end of my self-portrait painting. It is the end of oil and drawing. It's crazy that it's already been 6 weeks. I can't believe that we already finished one part of the program. It's absolutely crazy. I'm super excited for acrylics and mixed media in the next section of the program. It's gonna be a ton of fun.